Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for joining me for another Tales from the Crypt review. Today I will be discussing Season 2, Episode 15, Mute Witness to Murder, directed by Jim Simpson and starring Richard Thomas as Dr. Trask and Patricia Clarkson as Susie. And this is an interesting episode. I think it's a decent episode up until the end. I'm not really sure that I'm thrilled with the ending of this episode. It kind of brings it down a little bit for me, but the episode is watchable and the acting is very good, especially by Patricia Clarkson, in my opinion. So, this episode starts with a woman named Susie, and she seems happy. She's married. She's celebrating her anniversary, I believe, with her husband. So everything's okay till he leaves for a minute, and she looks out the window and sees an argument across the street. But the argument eventually gets really, really bad, and the guy actually kills the woman as they were a couple fighting. So now Susie is basically a witness to a murder. And she's also unable to speak. I guess from the shock of this, it's never explained, but that would be my guess. So a nice setup for our episode. So her husband, his name is Paul, goes to get a doctor. This doctor's name is Dr. Trask, our other main character. The problem is Dr. Trask is the killer. He's the one that Susie saw. So Susie knows this right away. And her husband reveals what happened to the doctor. So now the doctor also concludes that Susie saw him. So Susie's scared naturally. The doctor gives her a sedative and takes her to a mental hospital, basically. And I have to say, the husband lets this happen a little bit too easily, in my opinion, but I guess it's kind of understandable. So the husband eventually leaves. He's not the smartest Tales from the Crypt character, as I like to say, at least not until later in the episode. So now Susie's alone with the doctor, and they have a weird chat. The atmosphere in this episode is suitably creepy, as is the doctor. It's also notable that the doctor's taking pills for a heart condition, which will come into play at the end of the episode. So we go to the next day, and Susie's still not talking, although at least she's eating. I guess that's a good thing. In the meantime, her husband Paul is talking to his sister, and she's suspicious of this whole situation. This whole scene seemed unnecessary to me. I mean, the husband could have been suspicious on his own. It would have made more sense. This just seems like a filler scene, exposition that we didn't really need in the episode. But they use the sister as a catalyst for the husband to go back and see the doctor. He's now much more suspicious and determined to help his wife. So eventually, he goes back to the hospital and demands to see Susie in person, not just like on a TV monitor, which is the way he's been allowed to see her. So they chat, and eventually he finally deduces that what happened, what Susie saw, that she saw the doctor doing something. But before he gets a chance to do anything, the doctor kills him in a pretty gruesome scene, which kind of works in the episode. It's pretty disturbing. So Susie sees all this, and the doctor figures he's probably home free. Now all he has to do is eliminate Susie, which he basically tells her he's going to do. But she's worried, and this actually lets her speak. She speaks her husband's name, kind of in frustration and anger, I guess. And I have to say, Patricia Clarkson was really good in this scene. The acting is definitely a strength of the episode. So we get our climax. The doctor goes to get Susie, I'm guessing to prepare her for her surgery. But she actually attacks him. They fight for a little bit. It looks like the doctor could actually kill her, but his heart is still causing him trouble, and he doesn't have any more pills. So he asks Susie to call for help, but of course she doesn't. She does let him know that she is able to speak in a pretty powerful scene, but here's where the episode kind of loses me a little bit. He calls her a murderer, and it seems like the episode is trying to parallel the two characters, but the situation is completely different than what happened at the beginning of the episode, and it doesn't really work for me. Others may find it to their satisfaction, but I didn't really buy this. So the doctor winds up not surviving, and then they show Susie kind of just talking into the screen. It seems like she's kind of lost it a little bit, and just kind of a strange ending. Like I say, I don't really get the parallel between the two characters. I know she's gone through a lot, but it just seems kind of strange to me. But overall, the episode is very well acted, and fans of the show may enjoy it, and I'm going to give Mute Witness to Murder a 2.5 out of 5. If some of the plot elements would have come together a little bit better, in my opinion, this would have been a really good episode. As it is, it's still watchable with good performances. So 2.5 out of 5 for Mute Witness to Murder, and as always, thank you very much for watching.